Hi everyone, thank you for joining me on today's edition of Glen's Retro Show. Today I'm going to talk about a product I just received a few minutes ago. It's going to be an unboxing video, but I wanted to show you some of the things the company made first. New Wave Toys makes these really nice, tiny, pretty arcade accurate machines. The first one they came out with was Centipede with a working trackball. This thing is fantastic, I absolutely love it. But this was just the first in their line of many products. The second machine they came out with was Tempest. Now, like this one had the trackball, this one had a little micro spinner on it, and Tempest is a fantastic game from the 80s. It's one of my favorites, and they did a fantastic job with this one. So the third item in their product line was none other than Street Fighter. It's a fantastic fighting game, and this actually was different than the first two. These both had just Centipede and Tempest, a single game. This included actually two games on it. It included both the Street Fighter II Champion Edition and Street Fighter II Super Turbo Edition. And not only that, this was the first one that also included the ability for an external controller. They actually sold separate controllers, and it stores them in the back. You could add one or two controllers on it. Again, a fantastic device from New Wave Toys. But just a few minutes ago, something just arrived in the post office. It literally just came, and it's their Dragon's Lair. Now, I'm going to be honest. Dragon's Lair is a game I completely stink at. I am not good at it at all. I did beat it on the Amiga version, but that was a little bit dumbed down version. The arcade game, I've never completed it, ever. However, it's a fantastic looking game. It's a game that brings back a lot of nostalgia. I remember being in a mall. It was also the first 50-cent game that I can remember. But just being in a mall and looking at the graphics, and I'm like, oh my God, what is that? And it blew me away, and I sucked at it then, I suck at it now. But I just want to do a quick unboxing video for you, at least right now, and just see what comes with this package here. I believe this will be going for sale very soon on New Wave Toys website. You can probably get it on Amazon and other ways as well. But this was the Kickstarter version. I paid $90 for this. Actually, all of these, they've been doing a really good job. All of these had gone for $90 in the Kickstarter, and with shipping and handling, it came to like $114. But again, all of these items here have been absolutely phenomenal from New Wave Toys. The attention to detail. But let's see what they did here with the Dragon's Lair. Let's get an X-Acto blade. Let's get into this box. Okay, so let's take a look at this right here. I got my little X-Acto knife here. I'm going to go inside the box. Now, the one thing I will say is that they've always done a really good job with their packaging. I mean, even on their box. I mean, this is just a regular cardboard box. Look at they put the Replicade amusements on here, New Wave Toys, and the Dragon's Lair. You know, how I get crazy with my stuff, I'll be keeping this box like I kept all the other ones that I have. But in the meantime, let's go inside here carefully. There we go, break the old seal. There we go. And I'm going to show you exactly how they pack it, because they do a really good job. So I'm going to turn this like this so you can kind of see it. So you have the cardboard box here, and they're very big on, collectors. They make sure everything's very well protected. I got a piece of cardboard here, and you can see inside this box, there was actually another box. So let's go inside there, and we'll turn this thing upside down for a minute, just to get this one out. Let gravity do the work for me, I hope. There we go. Get this out of the way. Got another piece of cardboard on the bottom, so they protect it on both sides there. And just take a look at this again. Beautiful job they do right here. They got the Replicade, Replitronics actually logo up here. Dragon's Lair. Love it. And everything in the weight. This, again, a little attention to details that most people don't care about, but people like me do appreciate it. Collectors like me, you want to keep these type of boxes. It's just really nice to have. So it looks like it is a flip open design here. So I get this thing open on both sides. I'll try and start it. Is it sealed? I think they might have, is that sealed there? With glue or something? I couldn't get it open. Let's see. There it is. Okay, there's a little piece of glue on there, or a double piece of sticky foam tape. Oh, look at that. So when you open up this secondary box, look at that. All right, we're going to be very careful getting this thing out here again. Boom. Not so careful, I suppose. But again, attention to detail. Another nice box for crazy people like me that like that. But look at this. Now this is, again, back's on Kickstarter. It's nicely shrink wrapped. Now what's nice about this is, in addition to being a really nice machine, they added a lot of little details, additional things that they put in here. But again, the box itself, the artwork on here looks phenomenal. Now what's nice about this is the original arcade machine had these LEDs to keep score, because it was a Laserdisc, it wasn't actually a video game. And they took a lot of care to actually make these functional. This is not a sticker. These LEDs are tiny and they work. They also have USB on here in the back for additional controllers if you want to do it that way. And one of the Kickstarter things, the stretch goal, was you can actually put this on your big TV. It has HDMI out, which is phenomenal. And basically over here it plays the original arcade game Laserdisc. Now obviously this is not a Laserdisc. It's most likely using the Daphner emulator for Dragon's Lair, which is a fantastic emulator. It's been out for a long, long time. But the controls are authentic in how that they look. And another stretch goal was this little Laserdisc player and remote. Because again, Dragon's Lair was not a typical video game. It was actually a Laserdisc. So they did a really nice job here on the box. So let's get this open. I'm dying to see how this thing looks inside. I mean, I'm always really impressed with New Wave Toys and the actual real quality they put into their products. So there's just, again, the box of cardboard looks great. The artwork is really, really good. It's just so well done. It's almost like you don't want to ever take it out of the box. But we have to, because that's what this is, an unboxing. And it's got to find the spot that we open it. It looks like it's on this side right here. So I'm going to get it started, I hope. There we go. And as we slowly open this, I'm going to put it on its side here. So that's how your artwork's going to be when you first start. But when you open it, I mean, that just looks, look at this. The inside of the box, that looks really, really good. The artwork, the color on it just looks great. It's just a phenomenal job they do over there at New Wave Toys. So I'm going to open this up a little bit more, and actually I'm going to turn it this way for a second so things don't fall out. Very, very nice. So the first thing you're going to see when you open it up inside your foam is your Dragon's Lair manual. Get a little bit closer, you can see it right here. And they include a Daphne decal and extra rubber feet. I know Mad Little Pixel did the video. He didn't know what this was for. Mad Little Pixel, if you're watching, this is additional rubber feet for the bottom of your machine in case one gets damaged. Replicade does really nice things that give you that. And you can see right here, I'll take out of the bag in a minute, there's small coins and the actual Laserdisc, well, not the actual Laserdisc, a replica of the Laserdisc for the game. So I'll put this aside for a moment, somewhere. I'll put it down there. And they also include, of course, a charging cable. These machines should be charged up before first use. I'll put this down for a second as well. And what's really nice, again, because in the original Kickstarter, they were giving away these little coin doors, 25-cent coin doors. But being that this is Dragon's Lair, this was the first machine that I know of, and I'm pretty sure it is, that was actually 50 cents. So they include a 50-cent coin door that will light up. It's got batteries built in here, and you got to pull a little tab out. And when you press it, it'll light up 50 cents. So again, such nice little details from New Wave Toys. And again, we're talking, this was $100. You've already got some really cool things. We haven't got to the machine yet. So when I lift this up, oh boy, there it is. And this thing looks beautiful. I'm going to show you again before I take it out of the box. That just looks phenomenal, even in there. You know how crazy I am with keeping boxes? I almost hate to do that because these things look so good. All right, I got to get this thing out of here so we can take a look. So we're going to pull this out very gently. Let's see if we can get this thing. Oh, now the top, this was made accurate to the arcade machine. So the marquee lights up here, but it's not flat. It's actually angled. We'll show you all that once I get this out of the box. Come on, bad boy. There we go. I'm going to put this thing down. Again, this box out of the way for a moment. And it's all sealed nice in a box, or a bag, I should say. And it's all taped shut. So, I'll get that open like so. Now, even on the bottom here, we'll get it close to the camera. Get this out of the bag. So even on the bottom, you know, they have Dragon's Lair, New Wave Toys. We've got our rubber feet there as well. You know, if you lose any of them, they did include extra. Now, these are made out of wood and metal and obviously plastic and stuff like that. But the coin mechanism here, that's usually a metal, and it is a metal, and it does open up. So when you pull on it, you know, you have a little storage area. You can put things down into there, hide them. But the buttons are also functional. One button will be putting in your coins, and these do illuminate as well. And the other one gets you to your menu in the system. Now, again, all of this here is wood on the side here. This is all wood, wood, wood. The marquee does light up here, and you can see it does have an angle. So it's one of the arcade machines where it's not a flat marquee. It's actually angled. And then you have your joystick. And the joystick does feel a little bit on the stiff side, but you know, it still feels good. I think that the Street Fighter 2 had a really nice joystick in it, but you know, I was never big to the in playing Dragon's Lair in the arcade. I just liked it a lot, so I'm not sure how the joystick felt, but it's stiff, but it feels like I can click, I can feel all the spots. So we'll try it out real quick. Then we have these really nice buttons on here for sword, and again the control panel just looks so good. I mean, it's just a really nice job. Very good attention to detail. So even here, if you can kind of see it on the camera, they have the little rivet spots that would have held in the joystick. Little things like that are kind of neat. And of course, we have this little cover here. I'm gonna take this off. Nice. And then we have our screen right there, and it is a 4.3 aspect ratio screen. So when you're playing the actual machine, you know, it's going to keep that well, accurate to the machine, to the arcade. And then up here we have our speakers, speaker grills. And then this area right here at the top, you can't see it right now too well. Maybe if I angle it a little bit, there'll be the LEDs for the scores, which is nice. On the side here, we have the artwork for Dragon's Lair, and I always like Singe. You know, he looked like a bad guy. Now, there was a cartoon series. I did a whole video when I got a copy of Dragon's Lair for my TI-994A, which I was amazed it was playing it on there. But Singe, I always liked him. The cartoon series was really bad, but the game, Don Bluth, who made movies like, you know, Secret of Nim, did a really nice job. Now I'm going to go back to the other side real quick, just so you can see the other side real quick here, the artwork on it. Beautiful job. Get a little bit closer so you guys can really see Singe and Dirk battling it out. And I'm actually looking back in here. Looks like I missed some plastic I got to get off the score area. That looks like it's going to be a little more fun to get that one. But I'm going to try. Give it a little bit of work here. You might actually need tweezers or something. Oh, did I almost get it? Okay, so maybe you can see that a little bit better now with it not lit up. But the scoreboard is up in that area right here. But again, just a beautiful looking machine. Now, if you look at the back, we have our two screw holes, which are covered with the little holographic New Wave Toys logo. Now, in the original machine, we actually did have to get in there to do firmware updates. But I don't think that's going to be the case anymore. You could probably do it right through the USB ports. But on the back here, we have the actual two speakers that actually play the sound. The front two are just fake ones, but it's arcade accurate. And then we have our volume control right here. It's a slide wheel. We have our power indicator. We have our charging port, external HDMI, USB 1 and USB 2, most likely used for controllers, but maybe some other functions. But there is a drawer here. Now, what's kind of neat, see, look at this little guy right here. It's got that little grill here for the heat to go through. But if you open this up, this should come right out. There we go. Oh, there we go. So if we pull that out, it reveals the Laserdisc player. So I gotta try and get that out of there. So it's always hard to get things out when they're this small. But she would have looked it out. Come on, bad boy. So it's kind of nice is they did put in, I'll pull this out, they have foam in there and rubber sides so the machine doesn't get damaged, you know, with the inside the drawer there. But I'll put this aside just for 1 second. And we're looking right here, we have a little Laserdisc player and there's a little remote control. So I'm going to open this thing up because I know normally I don't like doing that type of stuff. You guys know me. Oh, but the bag reseals. Yay, I can put it back in the bag later. Woohoo! So this is, again, just details that they don't need to do, but they did. So it says Replitronics on there. So it's a little mini Laserdisc player. Of course, it does not work. That'd be amazing if it did. And you put the little Laserdisc that they include, which I'll get in a few minutes, you put in there. And you know, it's see-through top. You can kind of see through it. There we go, like that. And then even on the back, you know, they made all the controls and everything you would have had on the actual machine. Because basically they did use a kind of off-the-shelf Laserdisc player. Now the thing to note is Dragon's Lair broke down a lot because this machine broke down a lot. Back in the early 80s, Laserdisc players were cutting edge and they broke down a ton. And then they also include, like see right here, a really tiny remote.
Say what?
Which is kind of neat. So if I can find my instruction manual here, and I go inside the instruction manual, let me open this thing up. Again, we have these really tiny little coins, which are size accurate for the machine, which is kind of neat. I'm pretty sure they're metal. I'm pretty sure that they're metal. And then just pull these things out. So again, we have our little Daphne, which is always nice. We like Daphne. We have, you know what this is? This is actually, feels, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Metal Pixel, I'm wrong. This feels like it might be something for in here. It's actually, oh wait, I think I know what this is. Okay, I know what this is. All right, Metal Pixel, I apologize. It is not rubber feet. But on the front right here, you see it says Replitronics on here? Some people in the Kickstarter said they didn't want to see that, so they made a metal cover. So if you don't want to see Replitronics on there, you would simply take, let me put this drawer, I don't want to break this drawer. There we go. You would put this, and it sticks on top of that so you don't see the Replitronics. So Metal Pixel, that's what this is for. This is the cover of Replitronics if you don't want to see it on the front of the machine. Put it around like that and hide it. So that's kind of cool. Now, in here is the little Laserdisc player, so I'm going to take it out of the bag. And I actually do have some Laserdisc, but you know what's funny? They never actually made Dragon's Lair to play like at home on a Laserdisc. They did it on DVD, did it with computers, but you never had it actually on Laserdisc, at least not easily unless you had the actual arcade machine. So it's hard to, man, this bag, whoo, it's hard to get these out of the bag. Doing my best here. There we go, there we go. So here's the Laserdisc, and it's actually in a little sleeve. This little side opens up over here, so if I be very careful, we can pull out our little Laserdisc. And I wonder if it says, does it say Dragon's Lair on it? It does say, oh my god, I cannot see that at all. I think it just says Replicade on it, but that's okay. So you're going to take this, you would take your player, open it up, and drop in your Laserdisc. That is just such an awesome little touch. You close your top, you go to your arcade machine, open up your drawer, and it's a wood drawer, by the way. Actually, the drawer's plastic, but the rest of the machine's wood. I apologize, I'm wrong there. And you would put your machine right back in like that, nice and snug. And we move these things out of the way, close it up. Now, I'm going to turn this thing on. Now, it's not been charging, so I don't even know if it's going to turn on, to be quite honest. But I literally just got it. I want to see if it does turn on. So I'm going to hit the power switch and see what we get. Now, normally you should let these things charge before you turn them on. But I'm going to get a little bit closer of an angle, and let's turn this thing on. Okay, let's hit that power switch. Make sure the volume's up as well. And hopefully we got a charge in here. New Wave Toys. And the marquee did light up. It's kind of hard to see with the light I have in this room, but the marquee looks really, really nice. Very nice. And I hope the volume's up all the way. Guess we'll find out. And you can see the, oh, here we go.
Dragon's Lair, a fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight on a quest to rescue the fair princess from the clutches of an evil dragon. You control the actions of a daring adventurer finding his way through the castle of a dark wizard who has enchanted it with treacherous monsters and obstacles. In the mysterious caverns below the castle, your odyssey continues against the awesome forces that oppose your efforts to reach the Dragon's Lair. Lead on, adventurer. Your quest awaits.
Okay, I gotta tell you, that screen looks phenomenal. It's a 4.3 screen, or it might be a wide screen, but they put a bezel around it. I don't really care, but it is accurate with how it's displaying on the screen. But you can see back here the LEDs that are lighting up. That's so awesome that they have that. Let's give it a try. So you can see right here, it's hard to see with the lighting right now. But these do light up, the two coin doors, screen, and the marquee. I'll get the lights out in a second. Let me put a coin in. I got to insert, there we go. I'll put a bunch in and hit one player. Whoop. I'll try and press a little harder next time. I'm so bad at this game. Again, you don't really play the game. You kind of pick some selections of what he should be doing. Oh, wrong button. This game used to go through your quarters so fast. Again, I can't say how nice that screen looks, because it looks great. Oh my god, this game is brutal. Well, that's about how I played as a kid. So I'm going to hit the button again. I'm just going to turn the lights out for a second so you can kind of see how it looks. Oh. You can see the LEDs behind the coin doors, the LEDs here, the marquee. Oh, I'm going to have to look at some cheat sheet. I am so bad at this game, but I love it. Now, the one thing about the original release of the arcade machine is that all the levels were very random. I know that they did some updates where they made it more of a linear game, but back originally, it's very random. So you can do the same level more than once. Oh, see, I forgot already. He has some dinner. So let me give you some final thoughts about this. I mean, this thing just looks great. But let me give you some final thoughts.
A fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight on a
So what's my final thoughts of the New Wave Toys Dragon's Lair? Well, again, I just got it, but I'm very excited. I stink at the game, but I am a huge fan of New Wave Toys. And once again, they knocked it out of the park. I mean, aesthetically, this thing looks fantastic. Lots of nice little touches like the DVD player, the remote, the Laserdisc, little Daphne sticker, little coins that are arcade accurate. They have their Replicade logo on here. If you don't want it, Mad Little Pixel, that's what this guy's for. You put that right over that to cover that if you didn't want to see it. But I have no problem displaying the Replicade logo on here. And the screen looks fantastic. My really pitiful scores shown on the LEDs. Again, I got this on the Kickstarter for $90, and usually they go on sale for around that same price. They're also working on an Asteroids, which I've already bought, and that should be coming in December. I love Asteroids as well. So, I mean, if you're a fan of Dragon's Lair, even if you're not, this thing is just such a nice piece to show on your desk. Seeing the video going, I'm going to play with it some more. This is just a quick unboxing, which ended up being a lot longer. But I want to thank you all for watching, and remember, no matter how you do it, game on!
the arcade fan page. Remember, don't admire people too much. They'll disappoint you.
Sit, Blue, sit. Good dog.